An attorney by the name of John Pierce, according to reports, is in the hospital on a ventilator, unresponsive, suffering from COVID-19. John Pierce is the lawyer who represented Kyle Rittenhouse. He is also currently representing roughly 12 Capitol Rioters. And Mr. Pierce has also been an avid, I guess you would call, anti-vaxxer, questioning what he called this, experimental vaccine. He's been anti-mask on his social media. And now there's a good chance he's not going to pull through because of this COVID infection. As I have repeatedly said, and I'm going to say it every time, I get no joy reporting these stories. I do not find any pleasure whatsoever in reporting on another anti-vaxxer or anti-masker coming down with COVID and getting seriously ill or dying from it. But I am, either here or over at Ring of Fire, I am going to talk about every single one of these cases that makes the news. Why? Because these are teachable moments. And sure, based on the people that Mr. Pierce has chosen to defend, the people he's going out and seeking to become their lawyer, Rittenhouse, 12 Capitol Rioters, sure, I'm willing to bet I don't agree with Mr. Pierce on quite possibly anything whatsoever. But this isn't about politics. This is about human life and the preservation of that human life. Every case that results in situations like this is a tragedy. And let's be honest here, if these reports are accurate, because Pierce was due in court, did not show up for court, and then it was revealed, according to a lawyer at his firm, that he was in the hospital on a ventilator, unresponsive, having COVID. So that's how we know this information. Not many people pull out of that. And I don't know if unresponsive means that he has lost consciousness or if they have put him in a medically induced coma, which is also something that has commonly happened with people who kind of get a little too far gone from COVID, especially if he's on a ventilator. That combination, unresponsive and on a ventilator, not many people have come out of that situation with COVID. So I don't know what's going to happen with Mr. Pierce. But it's not looking good for him at all, especially based on what we've seen from other individuals in a similar situation. But again, let me read some of his tweets here. This is terrifying. All I know is the entire 82nd Airborne couldn't make me get an experimental government vaccine stuck in my arm. Another one says, this is absolutely a final phase designed purge of patriotic Americans from the Army. Prepare for anything and everything at this point. This goes deeper than anything I thought even a few months ago. No one should be taking any of these vaccines, least of all the military. I personally think anyone who trusts the government to shoot some vague unknown vaccine in their arm for a virus with origin of a CCP biological weapons lab is taking a very big risk. And so on and so forth. He's spewing lies. He's spewing misinformation. He's spewing things that he knows nothing about. And now there's a very good chance this man is never going to leave that hospital. It is sad. And as I've said, I take no joy in these stories. But one thing I'm going to tell you now, I'm starting to run out of sympathy. I am an exceptionally empathetic human being. I hate to see suffering of any kind, even if it's somebody I despise. I hate human suffering, and I do not wish this upon anybody. But we're kind of hitting the point now where it is getting a little tougher to have as much sympathy as you would like to have for some of these individuals. You knew the risks. You've seen the stories of these other individuals who go in and say, oh my God, I wish I'd gotten the vaccine when I get out. Like Phil Valentine's family said, oh, when I get out of the hospital, trust me, I'm going to change my tone on vaccine and tell everybody to get one. Well, he died on Saturday, so he's not going to get the chance to tell his audience that he had a change of heart about the vaccines. But if you do not learn from these other individuals' mistakes, If you don't, as I repeatedly say, start listening to the dead and stop listening to the idiot anti-vaxxers, you're likely to suffer the same fate, unfortunately. And we don't want that to happen. So stop listening to idiots on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok, where they're now moving to in droves. Talk to a doctor, a real medical doctor, about the safety of the vaccine and whether or not your body can handle it. But if you're going to take advice from morons on Twitter who haven't even, spent a second in actual medical school, then at this point, go ahead and look at stories like this, because this could very easily be your future.